It's 2 a.m. Your body is exhausted, but your brain just queued up that small thing you said at lunch and hit replay. You said you too when the waiter said, "Enjoy your meal." Hours ago, and somehow right now, that is the biggest thing in your head. Then it jumps to a text you sent that morning. You read it back, and now you are certain the period at the end made you sound cold. Then, for no reason at all, something from years ago, a moment nobody else alive even remembers. You wince like it just happened. You did not choose a single one of these thoughts. They just keep arriving on their own. So you tell yourself to stop. For about 4 seconds it works. Then it comes back, louder. You are so tired, and your brain has never felt more awake. Maybe you know the other versions too. The shower one, where you win an argument out loud against someone who is not even there about something that already ended. Or the one where they leave you on red. 3 dots appear, then vanish, and in the silence you build a whole story about what they must think of you now. None of it helps. None of it helps. And still you cannot stop. There's something backwards about it, though. The worse it feels, the harder your mind seems to work at it. Like it is sure this time it is about to solve something. So sit with the question for a second. Why would a brain ever build this? Think about what it actually does. It solves nothing. It steals your sleep. It plays your worst moments on a loop at the exact hour you can least afford it. If your mind were a machine you bought, you would return it. No off switch. Wakes you at 3 a.m. to worry about a conversation you cannot change. And it gets stranger. You cannot even choose to stop. Try it right now. For the next 10 seconds, do not think about a white bear. Whatever you do, no white bear. You thought about the bear. Everybody thinks about the bear. In 1987, a psychologist named Daniel Wegner ran exactly that test. He told people not to think of a white bear and to ring a bell every time one showed up anyway. It showed up more than once a minute. Trying not to think a thought turns out to be the surest way to think it. One part of you looks away. Another part keeps checking to make sure it is still gone. And the checking drags it right back. So we have a mind that runs a program you never asked for and cannot switch off by force. That is not the kind of thing that happens by accident. It looks built on purpose. The only question is why. To understand it, you have to go back. A long way back. Picture a night 100,000 years ago. No walls. No lock on the door, because there is no door. Just you, a few people you would die for, and a fire burning low. Out past the light, something moves in the grass. Maybe it is the wind. Maybe it is nothing. Maybe it is the thing that eats you. Now picture 2 of your ancestors lying there. One hears the rustle, shrugs, and rolls back over. The other lies awake, turning it over. What if it comes back? What if the hunt fails tomorrow? What if the others stop sharing their food with me? The calm one sleeps better. And most nights nothing happens, so most nights he is right. But the worrier is the one who moved the children closer to the fire. Who noticed the tracks at the water's edge? Who fixed the weak spot in the shelter before the storm came? Over enough nights, across enough generations, only one of them leaves a family behind. And it is not the one who slept easy. Here is the part nobody tells you. You are the worrier's grandchild. Every single one of us is. The people who did not lie awake running the worst case did not live long enough to have grandchildren. Your overthinking brain is not a defect. It is a trophy from a very long war. And your family won. So how does the machine actually work? It comes down to one part of your brain and what it does when you are not using it. When your mind has nothing urgent in front of it, it does not shut off. It switches over. Scientists call the background program the default mode network. It is the part of you that wanders and remembers and imagines. It is where you rehearse tomorrow and replay yesterday. Most of the time, that is a gift. It is your planner. But point that planner at a thread it cannot solve, and planning quietly becomes a loop. So why can't the loop just close on its own? The answer hides in an old experiment about waiters. In 1927, a researcher named Bluma Zeigarnik noticed something odd about them. They could hold a huge, complicated order in their heads perfectly, right up until the bill was paid. The second it was settled, they forgot the whole thing. Your mind does the same with problems. A finished one, it lets go. An unfinished one, it keeps switched on, keeps pushing to the front, keeps reminding you it is there. In her study, interrupted tasks were remembered almost twice as often as the ones people got to finish. Now lay those two facts side by side, and you can see the trap. Your brain keeps unresolved problems running, and a modern worry almost never resolves. The lion in the grass appears, or it leaves. Either way, it ends. Your body stands down, but the job you might lose. The text left on read. The thing you said in a meeting last Tuesday. None of them ever actually show up. None of them ever walk away. So the alarm never gets its all clear, and the loop just keeps running in the dark. This is what a psychologist named Susan Nolan Hoeksema spent her whole life studying. In 1991, she showed something a lot of people find hard to believe. You turn the bad feeling over and over. You ask, why do I feel this way? What is wrong with me? And you do not come out lighter. You feel worse, and you feel it for longer. The turning it over is not the cure. It is the thing keeping the wound open. Once you see it, you start to catch it everywhere. It is 2 a.m. again, and you are not actually solving anything. You are holding a problem open because your brain refuses to close it. It is the text you reread. The tone is not hiding in those 3 words. Your threat detector is just scanning them the way your ancestor scanned the grass. It is the decision you have researched 40 times, and you are no closer. A 40th look was never going to be the one that cracked it. It is the thing you said out loud once, playing back now far louder than anyone else in that room ever heard it. And the loop saves its cruelest trick for last. It feels productive. It feels like if you just think about it hard enough, one more careful time, you will finally get to the bottom of it. You will not. In study after study, people pushed into that kind of looping solve their real problems worse, not better, while swearing they are thinking it through. So here is the one thing worth noticing the next time your mind starts to spin. There is a quiet difference between 2 questions. One is, why is this happening to me? What is wrong with me? The other is, okay, so what can I actually do about this? From the inside, they feel almost identical. They are not. The first one is the loop. The second one is the door. And when you catch yourself deep in the first, you do not have to win the argument with your own brain. You just have to gently turn it toward the second. So the next time it is 2 a.m. and your mind will not settle, try to remember what it really is. That loop is not proof that something in you is broken. It is proof of how hard something in you is working. It is the same part that kept you alive back when we were small and slow, and everything out there had claws. It learned to see the danger before the danger arrived. It learned to never quite trust the quiet. And it cared about the people around that fire so much that it would give up a whole night's sleep to keep them safe. It does not know the lion is gone. It does not know the grass is empty now. It only knows the job it was handed hundreds of thousands of years ago. And it is still down there doing that job at 2 a.m. for you, whether you ever asked it to or not. You cannot switch it off. You were never meant to be able to, but you can put a hand on it, the way you would steady something frightened in the dark and tell it the truth. The danger already passed. We made it through. You can rest now, and maybe some night it finally will.